What is something you're grateful for today? What's something that is just cultivating gratitude in your heart? For me, lately, it's been reminders. And for a long time, I hated having to be reminded of things. I thought, if something's so important in my life, why would I have to be reminded of how important it is to me? I think in that, I struggled to care. I, for a long time, cared, I think, too much. Maybe what other people thought about me, or my heart was in so deeply that I had to pull away and stop caring. And in that, I forgot about the things that were important to me. And then I had to remember, and I needed those reminders. But today, on February 27th, 2025, at roughly 5, maybe 6 p.m., I'm grateful for reminders. And I was reminded today of the first song that I wrote about 3.5 years ago. I had spent the night writing a different song with some friends, and I had gone home and just felt inspired to sit down at my piano and create something for myself. I never tried to write a song before that night. I had never really sat down at my piano and tried to make something for myself. I hadn't even really been into journaling at the time, but I felt led to 1 Kings chapter 19, and it's the chapter where the Lord speaks to Elijah in a whisper. It says that there was a terrible earthquake, and the earth began to shake. The rocks were torn loose, and through all of that, through all the chaos, the noise, and the destruction, Elijah hears a whisper from God's voice. It says, after the fire, there was a sound of a gentle whisper. When Elijah heard it, he wrapped his face in his cloak and went out and stood at the entrance of the cave. And a voice said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Moments before this, Elijah calls out to God in desperate, in agony, "I'm the only one left. And now they're trying to kill me too." And I wrote this song to God 3.5 years ago, and I'm reminded today that maybe it's a song that I even need now, a desperate cry to God, to the things that are confusing and messy, and to the things that offend me and make me angry, and to the things that make me sad and make me not want to show up anymore. There's a gentle whisper. There's a gentle whisper. There's a gentle whisper. And it's God saying, "What are you doing here?" It's not God exactly giving me the answer to all my solutions, but it's God prompting me to discussion with Him, to conversation with Him. It's God discussing me to a prayerful moment and a prayerful encounter with Him. When I was writing this song titled Whisper, there were 2 other verses that inspired some of the chorus and the bridge and the pre-chorus and the verses. And one of those is Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. It says, "Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand." And this part I hold so closely to, and I need so deeply. It says, "His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus." I don't have to guard my heart by myself. His peace will guard my heart and my mind as I live in Christ Jesus. It's not an automatic thing. It doesn't automatically happen when I'm living in the noise and the chaos and the busyness and the hurriedness and the confusing elements of the world. It's not something that comes automatic. It's something that comes over time, and it's cultivated. And it's in Christ Jesus that His peace guards me. It's in Christ Jesus that His peace protects me. It's in Christ Jesus that I am loved. And I'm given peace. And I'm given protection. And the life that I live right now is not punishment, but it's positioning. and it's preparing the way, and I need that reminder. The other verse that this song was inspired by is in John 14. John 14, verse 27, Jesus says, I am leaving you with a gift, a peace of mind and heart, and the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. The peace that he has to give is nothing that the earth could give. His peace will guard your hearts. It's nothing the world could give. He's leaving you with a gift, and it's a mind that is just like his. Cry out to God and ask him the right kind of questions in all the confusing and hurting parts of your life. But don't be surprised when he begins to ask you a question back. And be prepared to have a conversation with him. And be listening closely for that whisper. Listen close.